Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today ended the last day of campaigning for the first phase of Gujarat polls, and in just 24 more hours, the big battle in Gujarat will be underway. Voting for phase 1 takes place on December 1st across 89 seats. The election in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's hometown is a prestige battle for the BJP, which is confident that it will only better its 2017 tally. The Aam Aadmi Party is a new entrant that hopes to give a fight to the BJP and for the Congress, which experts believe is likely to concede the opposition space to the Aam Aadmi Party. It's now resorted to gali politics just before the polls. Just a day after the new Congress president called Prime Minister Modi "Jhooton ka Sardar," he today went a step further and called the Prime Minister Ravana. Big coming from a party that even questioned the existence of Lord Ram. So, ladies and gentlemen, the political discourse couldn't have fallen any lower. From Maut Ka Saudagar in 2007 to Neech Aadmi to Auqat Bata Denge to now Ravan, Prime Minister Modi has been insulted time and again by the Congress party without any remorse. And I've taken just a few of the galis just for your reference. The others, of course, you may not have forgotten Gandhi Nali Ka Keeda, Boti Boti Kar Denge, and so many more. Mr. Kharge, while addressing a public meeting in Gujarat's Behrampura, said that we see Prime Minister Modi's face in every election. Does he have 100 heads like Ravan? Listen in to Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's derogatory remarks.
अरे आप तो प्रधानमंत्री हो, आपको काम दिया गया है, वो काम करो, वो छोड़ के म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन इलेक्शन, एमएलए इलेक्शन, खैर एमपी इलेक्शन, उनको प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना है तो फिरते रहते। अब भाई तुम्हारे को तुम्हारी सूरत कितनी बार देखना, कॉर्पोरेशन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, एमएलए इलेक्शन भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना। कितने हैं भाई? क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है? क्या है? और आपके जैसा आदमी जो हमेशा क्लेम करते हैं मैं गरीब हूं, मैं वो, हम भी गरीब है, हम तो गरीब से गरीब है। एक बार अगर झूठ बोलेंगे लोग सुन लेंगे, 2 बार भी बोलेंगे तो भी सुन लेंगे। कितने बार झूठ बोलेंगे? झूठ पर झूठ, ये झूठों के सरदार है।
The BJP, of course, did not take this lying down and has slammed the Congress party for the insults hurled at the Prime Minister. The BJP is called the Congress which isn't able to take the heat of the elections, and that's why has been now pushed as a fringe power in Indian politics and has again abused Gujarat's son, and the people of the state will avenge this insult. Listen in to the BJP's fight back.
A leader who is considered as a global leader today across the world, उसको रावण कहना और उसके लिए इस प्रकार के अपशब्दों का प्रयोग करना, यह केवल और केवल मोदी जी का अपमान है, ऐसा नहीं है। मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी, सोनिया गांधी जी, राहुल जी, आप जान ले, यह प्रत्येक गुजराती का अपमान है। गुजरात की मिट्टी पर खड़े होकर गुजरात के बेटे के लिए जिस प्रकार के शब्दों का प्रयोग किया है, उससे कांग्रेस को आईना दिखाने का काम गुजरात की जनता करेगी।
It is shameful, it is demeaning, it is despicable, but it is deliberate. The Congress whole architecture hates Narendra Modi because they are not able to digest how they are being defeated by him repeatedly and the BJP. Play politics, but play by some rules. Criticize, do. But this is an utter foul game in which you are going to fall yourself. Prime Minister of India is a leader of great vision and a great courage and a large heart. These kind of baseless condemnation has never deterred him.
Well, the Congress has repeatedly abused Prime Minister, but The Prime Minister himself has often stated that he is unaffected by the abuses thrown at him. He in fact says insults only strengthen his resolve to serve the country. Listen.
तेलंगाना में जिन लोगों को सत्ता मिली उनका सारा ध्यान मोदी को गाली देने और भाजपा को कोसने में लगा रहता है। मुझे कभी कभी लोग पूछते हैं कि मोदी जी आप थकते नहीं हो? तो मैंने उनको समझाया, देखो भाई, मैं डेली 2 किलो, 2.5 किलो, 3 किलो गाली खाता हूं कि कांग्रेस वाला कहे छे आ मोदी ने एनी औकात बतावी देशु। औकात, मोदी को उसकी औकात दिखा देंगे। अहंकार जुओ भाइयों, अहंकार जुओ। अरे मां बाप, તમે તો બધા રાજ પરિવારો છો, હું તો એક સામાન્ય પરિવારનું સંતાન છું। મારી કોઈ औकात નથી બાપા, તમે મારી औकात દેખાડવાની। અરે હું તો સેવક છું, સેવક છું, હું તો સેવાદાર છું, અને સેવક કે સેવાદારની એવી औकात હોતી છે।
So the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight, will Congress insult again backfire on the grand old party? That's the question and that's the debate. Gujarat Gali attack. The debate on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Mr. Nalin Kohli, national spokesperson of the BJP, Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, leader of the Congress party, Huda Zariwala, political analyst. But my first question goes to Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author and scientist. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want to just ask you, does the Constitution allow people to actually campaign for MCD polls, MLA polls, Lok Sabha polls, or does it not allow people to do that? And when Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge objects to Mr. Modi's face being seen in all of these polls, do you think his problem is Mr. Modi's visibility or the invisibility of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who should have been campaigning for his party, but actually is on his Bharat Jodo Yatra, definitely not in election-bound states?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. Look, if Narendra Modi took a rupee for every time he was abused, slandered, vilified, and maligned by the Congress, he'd be a billionaire by now. You know, he's been called Neech, Nali ka Keeda, Hitler, mass murderer, Khoon ki kheti karne wala, Yamraj, Pagal Kutta, Bandar, Bhasmasur. Remember Congress's Imran Masood, who threatened to chop Modi in pieces, boti. But look, we have to get away from this, because the fact is, when it comes to hurling abuses, Ravan was said today.
Yes, Ravan, you forgot to mention Ravan.
Yeah, because Navika had already mentioned it. No, but Navika, there are two issues here. I think we have to delve into this a little bit deeper, because on the face of it, it might look that one person is abusing the other. The fact is, when it comes to hurling abuses, I'm afraid no party is doodh ka dhula. This is an issue that cuts across party lines, especially as something else cuts across party lines as well. The fact that 29% of our current sitting MPs cutting across party lines face serious criminal charges like murder, rape and dacoity. 36% of UP and 22% of sitting MLAs of Kerala, a state with 100% literacy, are facing currently serious criminal charges like murder and rape. So why on earth would such legislators shun their inherent characteristic? And as for hurling abuses, and the worst are the misogynistic ones, as you know, they wear it as a badge of honor, Navika. We don't have enough time to list all, but a small glimpse should suffice, if you permit me. Let's begin with our own Prime Minister and his, wah, kya 50 crore ki girlfriend hai. jibe at Shashi Tharoor, as well as calling Sonia Gandhi a Jersey cow, for which he had to apologize, by the way. Then there was BJP's Dhyan Shankar Singh, who compared BSP chief Mayawati with a prostitute. The same comparison made by BJP's Dr. Swami, but this time on Sonia Gandhi. Then there was the Goa CM Lakshmikant, who cautioned the nurses to not protest in the sun, as they will get dark and have trouble finding a groom. Coming to Congress, my cup runneth over. There is Digvijay Singh, who addressed his own compatriot Natarajan as 100% tunch mal. There is Abhijit Mukherjee, who called protesting women as dented and painted. There is Jaiswal, who said as time passes, women get old and become not as fun as they used to be. There is Sanjay Nirupam, who said Smriti Irani thumke lagati hai. There is Rahul Gandhi, who said Modi was a coward in sending a woman to answer my questions. But one of the worst offenders is the SP, whose Asam Khan infamously commented on Jaya Prada's underwear. Look, the only solution to this epidemic, Navika, is an orientation course for our MPs and MLAs before the commencement of every assembly. A course where they are taught basic etiquettes.
But that can happen, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, once they win elections. The question here is, to win those elections, such language is being used. And this is not the first time the Congress has erred on the wrong side of courteous language. Forget courtesy. लोकेश जिंदल जी, राम तो काल्पनिक है, तो रावण कहां से आ गए? और अगर आप रावण में बिलीव कर रहे हैं तो राम में भी बिलीव करते रहेंगे. तो आप ये एटलीस्ट यू विल एडमिट टुनाइट that elections make you become Hindu, you understand Ram, Ravan and Ramayan, and then Shiv Bhakti happens around the same time, because सोमनाथ ना सही लेकिन आज महाकाल मंदिर तो राहुल गांधी चले ही गए. आप मुझे ये बताइए कि is Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge frustrated because Rahul Gandhi is not visible in Gujarat, or is it really because he doesn't know how to counter the power of Narendra Modi?
Navika, in fact, comparison of Narendra Modi ji with Ravan is not at all an abuse. In fact, it's his glorification. If you talk about Ravan, he was a universal monarch. He was the one who was trying to spread his ridiculous. His all forms of power, as well as his
So Lokesh Jindal ji, aaj se can we start calling you Lokesh Ravan Jindal? Can Mr. Rahul Gandhi be also called Rahul Ravan Gandhi? Sonia Gandhi be called Sonia Ravan Gandhi? You know, what are you saying, Mr. Lokesh Jindal? You know, I know not being in power is extremely difficult, but does it really take away the power of reasoning to such an extent that Ravan seems like an icon to you?
No, this Prime Minister, he has been suppressing the poor, the vulnerable, women, and he's acting the manner in which in our ancient times,
suppressing women, how?
You know, Ravan, as well as the entire India knows what you did in Hathras and how your government has been acting upon.
Then why don't you question? Why don't you then question? Why don't you then question Mr. Ashok Gehlot, who leads a state that is the rape capital of India? Why such questions about suppression of women are not asked to the Rajasthan Chief Minister? And today, let me put this to you, Mr. Lokesh Jindal, that Shraddha, if her complaint had been heeded to by your Mahavikas Aghadi Sarkar in Maharashtra, Shraddha may not have been killed in such a brutal manner. But the question will never be asked from within. The galis will only happen to Narendra Modi and the ilk. Mr. Nalin Kohli, the Congress today, forget even apologizing for calling the Prime Minister Ravan. They are actually justifying it. They are actually justifying it, Nalin Kohli. Respond to Mr. Lokesh Ravan Jindal.
What Delhi police doing?
सदमा में ऐसा अक्सर होता है. I think when you are in a state of shock, then I think you lose reasoning completely. And that's what seems to be with the Congress party. They are in political shock. They just don't have any logic to reasoning left. I mean, this is astounding, to say the least, Navika ji, that you suddenly try to turn around and make Ravana a hero and then say that this is something nice, and your question is valid. Would the Congress like to call Rahul Ravan instead of today? Perhaps
Rahul
he will
is
get the
the
brains
Ram.
of 100 heads,
And every
which may enable him
congressman is
achieve
the
so many
Sena
other
in the
things.
Ram, who is countering the Ravan, which has oppressed the masses with his tyrannical rule.
Wonderful.
And again, history would be
The one who is a
repeated,
genuine
and
Hari
Ravan
Shivbhakt.
will come to an end.
Yes. Very nice of you to come up with these themes. Trust you
Even
to
Ram,
think
he
of Lord
came with
Ram
the
in your
support
time
of
of
Lokesh
difficulty. You
Jindal,
forgot Ram when it
Mr.
came to your
Lokesh
government filing an
Jindal. Now you
affidavit.
cannot interrupt at
I
every
didn't
single
interrupt
word
him.
that
I
Mr.
didn't
Nalin
interrupt
Kohli utters. Allow him to complete his point and then you can use whatever language. Certainly, slightly parliamentary will be allowed on this channel. Nalin Kohli.
And so, I mean, here is Mr. Jindal remembering Lord Ram, comparing him with Rahul Gandhi, and considering Ravan to be the new Lord of wisdom. In any case, they forgot Lord Ram when it came to filing their affidavit. So, end of the day, Navika, this is a brazen attempt to gloss over the fact that the Congress party and its leadership always hurls the choicest abuses against Narendra Modi. They have spared no one, neither his family in terms of his family members, neither they are sparing him. It's relentless, it's consistent. It just shows the pathological, deep-hated dislike, hatred for Narendra Modi. And perhaps the reason for that is to do that the Congress is ejected out of power due to the popularity of Narendra Modi ji. They have forgotten the fact that people in a democracy vote when they believe that the leader they are voting for, the party they are voting for, will help achieve their dreams, deliver on their promises. The Congress, having not done all of that, now believes that by abusing the Prime Minister, abusing Narendra Modi personally, they will somehow take the fringe vote, which is like say the extreme left or something like that, that is completely opposed to the BJP. So this is a warped sort of a political narrative that they are trying to build and a warped political strategy. They are entitled to it. But if they believe that this is going to pay them dividends, they can keep believing the false thing.
Ravan belonged to a high lineage. Ravan was a Uch Kul Sadasya. We are not at all hurling abuses on the Prime Minister. In fact, we are comparing him to the high lineage that he belongs to, the high friends that he has, and all forms of glory that he has. What we are saying is, we are standing with the
Lokesh Jindal, Anand Ranganathan, do you think Mr. Lokesh Jindal should now actually campaign for all Congress leaders to have Ravan as their middle name, because he is talking and extolling the virtues of Ravan tonight?
हम तो रावण का विरोध कर रहे हैं.
Lokesh, please. Lokesh, I didn't interrupt. You know, Navika, I think Lokesh does have a point. There is the only similarity I can see between Rahul Gandhi and Bhagwan Ram is कि भगवान राम को 14 साल का वनवास मिला था, अभी राहुल गांधी को 10 साल का तो हो जाएगा. 2029 तक 15 साल का वनवास. So I think Rahul Gandhi will do one better than Lord Ram. He will be exiled for 15 years और उसके बाद पता नहीं योगी आने वाला है तो उसके साथ 5 साल और. तो मुझे लगता है लोकेश जिंदल has a better chance of becoming the Prime Minister than Rahul Gandhi. But where are we going with this? Is the question that Lokesh, please don't.
We are no more concerned with the Prime Ministership.
Yes, that's pretty evident. That's pretty evident. ये अब उस अवस्था में है जहां worldly things like Prime Ministership don't matter to them.
हाँ, ये अब कावड़िया, सबने कावड़िया ले लिया और ये कावड़िया लेके चल पड़े हैं. ये अब इनको पावर की कोई वो नहीं है. अभी जो राजस्थान में जो चल रहा है,
राहुल गांधी जी से है,
जो राजस्थान में टसल चल रहा है,
country is being destroyed by the present Prime Minister. The entire world is seeing how Rahul Gandhi had took upon the onus so as to counter this politics of hatred.
Hear what Anand Ranganathan ji is saying. Why is there a fight in Rajasthan between Gehlot and Pilot? Why is there a fight in Karnataka between Siddaramaiah and DK Shiv Kumar? You know what? Power इनको चाहिए नहीं. Power इनको चाहिए नहीं क्योंकि लोग दे नहीं रहे, लेकिन कुर्सी की लड़ाई जारी है. Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Lokesh, just a very simple question. Who do you support, Sachin Pilot or Mr. Gehlot?
I support Congress and its ideology.
Which is non-election and
which is belief in democracy, which is belief in tolerance, pluralism, secularism, as well as
all right.
the constitution of
so
the
Mr.
country.
Mr. Nalin Kohli calling the Prime Minister Ravan is a demonstration of being tolerant. Calling the Prime Minister आपको आपकी औकात दिखा देंगे is a demonstration of tolerance. Calling him a झूठों का सरदार and मौत का सौदागर and नीच and चाय वाला and बोटी बोटी कर देंगे and Hitler and गंदी नाली का कीड़ा, all these are demonstration of tolerance by the Congress party. Respond to this utterly obnoxious expression given by Mr. Lokesh Jindal.
Can you respond to madness? Who can respond to madness? There's no answer to that. I mean, the world is going to laugh on this. And everyone who has any amount of sense in their cranial cavity is going to say that the Congress party has not lost the plot but lost its absolute balance.
Have you seen your track record, sir?
What kind of argument is this?
Record?
You call somebody these kind of words?
What form of language does the leaders use in the parliament?
Leave it. Lokeshji, don't interrupt me. I'm honestly, leave it. Lokeshji, I have not interrupted you.
Lokeshji, please, tolerance.
This is not
please
done.
allow him to make his point.
Ravan, absolutely not. Absolutely. I can understand Lokeshji's problem. His president, handpicked by Sonia Gandhi ji and Rahul Gandhi ji perhaps, because they are the supreme leaders of the Congress party, has today said something in his campaign that obviously is not acceptable, calling Narendra Modi ji Ravan. Now after that they are forced to defend it. Is that indefensible? And in defending it, they are taking it to a new level of absurdness that I have not, at least on a television debate, encountered in several decades.
Well, I want to ask Huda Zariwala. Huda Zariwala, it's not just the Congress. The Aam Aadmi Party has also resorted to its own level of gali galoch that they have done. Well, Gopal Italia has called the Prime Minister neech. Arvind Kejriwal has called the Prime Minister mad and a psychopath in the past. I want to ask you, do you think this can yield electoral dividends? Is that why political leaders tend to resort to this kind of language? Or do you think it's the nervousness that spills out every so often?
Good evening, Navika ji. Thank you so much for the question. I would like to respond to that by saying that all these name callings and these gali politics should not be tolerated by any party whatsoever, be it the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, or the BJP for that matter. Now I can go into the details of the insults hurled by the BJP time and again to not just Aam Aadmi Party but Congress and other parties as well. But that will not serve the purpose. This at a time of election, why can we not talk about issues that matter to the Aam Aadmi? Why can we not talk about, let's say, unemployment, corruption, health, education, the issues where the people, the Janata of Gujarat, or for that matter, the Janata of Delhi for the MCD post will actually vote for? I mean, can we not understand
so let's
that?
talk about the issues. Let me tell you, per capita net state domestic product has gone up in 2010 and 11 from 77,000 to 2,12,000 in 2021. The gross state domestic product has gone up from 5.5 lakh crores in 2010-11 to about 16.5 lakh crores in 2021. Average inflation was 2014-15 at 5.5%. It's now at 4.9%, below 5%. And number of factories have gone up from 21,000 to 28,500 in Gujarat. All of this shows, improvement. But I have not heard any Aam Aadmi Party leader referring to any of these numbers. What they are talking about is lathis. What they are talking about is stone pelting, and what they are talking about is niche.
Issues of corruption, issues of unemployment that is at an all-time high in Gujarat. Issues that actually matter to the people. I mean, the BJP
my good friend, Huda Zariwala, at least the Aam Aadmi Party supporters should not refer to corruption and massage and VVIP treatment, because people will remind you about Jatendra Jain.
Aam Aadmi Party is the only party that actually addresses issues that matter to the people, concerns for the people. We are the only party that talks about health, that talks about education, that has spoken about giving employment to the youth of Gujarat, to giving the basic, employment, sort of generating employment for the people. When was the last time BJP actually spoke on these issues?
Dr. Anand Ranganathan,
all this dirty politics.
Is Huda Zariwala right that the Aam Aadmi Party is setting new trends as far as political parties are concerned?
I apologize, Navika. I have to leave now because after listening to Ms. Zariwala, my head is hurting so much. I need a massage, so I'm going to Tihar jail. I need to go to Tihar to get a head massage done.
So basically, issues that concern the people.
No, please, I didn't interrupt you. Ms. Zariwala, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. So I have two questions for you. Can you please tell me from, let's not even go back to the last Gujarat elections, 2017. Let's go even previous to that. Can you tell me what was the GDP per capita of Gujarat in 2012 and what it is now?
Okay. Can you tell me how much employment was there to the people at the time then and at the time now? Can we not?
Questions first have to be met with answers before supplementary questions. No, Huda Zariwala, this is not about one-upmanship. He's asked you a question. You can ask a question after you respond to his question.
Okay, I will respond to that by responding one simple thing to the question asked. This is a party that has been in Gujarat for the past 27 years. I mean, let us not forget that the corruption, the blatant corruption that has happened, the blatant level of unemployment. Have you visited the schools in Gujarat? I have. Have you visited the government hospitals, the Sarkari setup in Gujarat? I have. Just to let you know, my background is from Gujarat. I do happen to belong from one set of my parents in Gujarat. I have seen the issues at hand. I know
2012, we asked you what, the numbers that he was asking you. Can you answer that? Lecture, let's leave to Arvind Kejriwal. You answer to the question.
I'm sorry, madam, but you are making as much sense.
Arvind Kejriwal is only addressing the issues related to the people. All BJP does
all right. Ms. Zariwala does not have the answer. Anand Ranganathan, over to you. All other faders down.
No, I'm just saying Ms. Zariwala, unfortunately, is making as much sense as Haryana Urban Development Authority. But I need to tell something which, goes to the nub of the issue. And there is a reason why AAP wins, and there is a reason why the BJP wins in Gujarat. Remember, BJP has to battle anti-incumbency. They have to give a report card. AAP wins. If AAP wins, it will be because of the failure of the incumbent. In Punjab, AAP devastated, had a tremendous victory because of the failure of the incumbent. Please understand this. In case of Gujarat, the kind of development the BJP has done over the last 27 years is there for all to see. I mean, Ms. Zariwala, I'm sorry, you cannot overlook that fact. Every parameter that you see, every parameter, economic parameter, you see, for example, inflation has gone down. You look at the infant mortality rate. If you want to look at the health parameter, in water distribution, in water availability, Narmada Dam, development, highways, please, and Mr. Jindal is here. There is a reason why Congress keeps on losing in Gujarat. It is not that there is Hindutva laboratory. I mean, there is only so much you can win on the basis of Hindutva. Ultimately, even the hardcore Hindutva vote bank will demand progress and development. And that is what BJP has been giving. So please, let us not talk about negativity out here. Please point out the positive things that you aim to do in Gujarat after pointing out the negative things that you aim to do or you see that the BJP has done.
Respond, Mr. Lokesh Jindal.
No, the simple thing is the very fact that he says that there is no inflation in Gujarat is erroneous. Now the entire
Did I
cotton
say
industry,
no, you know, this is very unfair.
भैया ठीक से सुन लिया करो. You know the numbers we gave, it was to 5.5% in 2014-15. It's gone down to 4.9 in 21-22. My friend, he never said there is no inflation.
Did I say there is no inflation?
Listen to me. If he has any knowledge about the grassroots reality of Gujarat, he will understand what has happened to the textile sector.
All right, Lokesh Jindal. So better the BJP's model and win Gujarat. Who is stopping you? Who is stopping you from winning Gujarat, my friend? But calling the Prime Minister Ravana and saying कि ये 100 मुंह इनके दिख रहे हैं कभी MCD में और कभी you know assembly elections में, is that going to help you win elections?
It's a very important issue that I am discussing. There are more than 676 fishermen who are locked up and imprisoned in the Pakistani jail. BJP is there at the center, BJP is there at the state. Why isn't the issue of these fishermen taken up?
Okay.
Just because they are...
So he is worried about 676 fishermen.
Inflation
Every life matters.
Inflation से fishermen and of course Italian sailors जो हुए थे वो तो हमें भूल ही जाना चाहिए, वो तो यही लाए. Well, Nalin Kohli, respond to Mr. Lokesh Jindal.
I'll come with data.
Nalin Kohli.
What is there to respond? What is there to respond? Not a straight answer. Anand Ranganathanji raised a whole series of questions. We've seen the response from the other two. I find it also interesting to note, Navika ji, that the Aam Aadmi Party supporters or unofficial spokespersons tend to come only as political analysts. When they have a point of view, why are they so scared to defend Arvind Kejriwal? Are they worried that tomorrow morning he'll say something exactly opposite to what he said today evening? And by tomorrow evening he'll deny both statements which were recorded on camera. So I mean, is that can be only be the reason? I mean, that's all I can believe, because Mr. Kejriwal is known to say something one and something the other day.
Well, the question is...
Now let's come to Lokesh Jindal ji.
Yes.
I want to tell you one thing.
No, I'm completely out of time. The question tonight is only this. Well, campaigning for phase 1 came to an end at 5 p.m. this evening. It is a very, very important election in Gujarat and the stakes are extremely high. But has the Congress given up even without really addressing the fight? Because Mr. Rahul Gandhi has done just 2 as against the Prime Minister's 25 rallies in Gujarat and 2 road shows. The question is, do they have any stakes in politics in this country? And are the stakes only about raising abuses, pointing fingers, and somehow trying to degrade the position and the office of the Prime Minister? Personal attacks, will that get them votes? It's a question the Congress needs to ask itself. Let's leave it at that. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.